Yo, really, really quickly, right? Really, really quickly. Let me say this. If you're a Hawkeyes at heart, let me get a hell yeah. Matter of fact, let's do that again. If you're a Hawkeyes at heart, let me get a hell yeah. And if you're not, stay here anyway. Because I know you love women's college basketball. That's what we're here to talk about. So let's go. I know you see the bracket sheet in front of me. No, I'm not filling out the bracket sheet. I have considered filling out my bracket sheet with you guys. I have considered that. I said, I might just do that. But on this video in particular, I don't want to waste no more time. I ain't here to hold you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up. Like the video for me. Um, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna work our way. We're gonna go backwards to forwards. We're gonna start LSU hate activated. The LSU hate has been back activated. I've been pretty much being nice this season. I've been pretty much just letting LSU do their thing. I've been seeing them, turn. They started out losing to Colorado, and they shortly thereafter they just returned their season around. And of course, they lost, I think, to Auburn as well. But LSU ultimately turned their season around, and they had like a really really good season going. So congratulations to them. But now that they're in the same bracket as number one seed Iowa, I'm pretty pissed off about it. And that's to say it lightly. I'm highly pissed off about it because here we got last year's defending champion, and you got Iowa that's the number one seed, and you got LSU in our damn bracket. Seriously? So we would meet them in the Elite Eight? What's up, Thomas Daniel Berry? We would meet them in the Elite Eight. I would be pissed the hell off. But we got to get there first, and so do they. And you also put my other team, UCLA, in the same bracket. But here's why the LSU hate is activated, because I'm about to go off somewhere else. The LSU hate is activated because Haley Van Liv, she needed to go somewhere where she could win a title. We all know she's ring chasing. Haley Van Liv is the only player that I actually feel like I care about on LSU. And here she is. They're gonna try to gang up on us again and get past us. It's kind of, to me, it's kind of insulting. And the fact that they're in our bracket, like I tried to like Angel Reese, and I've got nothing against Angel Reese, but I thought I might be able to just put this behind me. But if we meet again, I ain't putting this shit. I ain't. It's all the ugly scars and all the skeletons are coming right back up. Yeah, all the skeletons are coming right back up, guys. All of the things I don't like about LSU and their victory over us is coming back to the forefront. And people are telling me, you guys don't have the same team. You guys aren't as strong as you were before. You won't be able to handle LSU, not even for a little bit. We got blown out by LSU. Let's call it like it is. We played better in the second half than the first, but I'm not looking forward to playing LSU again. I know if that's what it comes down to, it must be what it's gonna be. But no, hell no. I don't like them. And this just confirms it. They don't have no business playing in the same region as us. I mean, okay, number three seed that they get, I mean, that's fine. But how come they couldn't be, in the same bracket as Texas? You could have put them in the same bracket as South Carolina. It's just crazy as hell. Of course, maybe UCLA beats up LSU. Maybe LSU gets upset. Maybe Louisville upsets them. This is unpredictable. We all know March Madness is unpredictable. Maybe they don't even make it there, but maybe we don't even make it there. I don't know. But all I know for certain is that I don't I don't really fancy LSU, and now I definitely just don't like them at all. I just feel like they simply don't belong in the same bracket as Iowa. I would tell you guys that it's unfair, but sometimes these things happen. Sometimes these things occur. It's really up to us to be ready for the challenge. We got to play who's in front of us. Speaking of Iowa, we can't look ahead. We can't look ahead to no damn body. We can't look ahead to UCLA. We got to play what's right in front of us. As the number one seed, teams are going to be looking to knock our block off. So we need to be laser focused. But in the event that we run into LSU, I guess if we got to see them, we got to see them. But me personally, I don't like the way the bracket is set up. I felt we was done dirty. If you look around at what other teams got, who they have to play, and if you look at what we have, I just feel like we was done dirty. And I can't help but think potentially, possibly that we may have been done dirty because, and I'm just speculating. I don't know anything for certain, but maybe we got done dirty because Caitlin Clark declared. That's just speculation because it's like, damn, when you look at it, look at the oppositions. UCLA is they formidable. LSU, Colorado, hell, even Drake, and then Kansas State. They play really good. So we looking at Kansas State, freaking Colorado, Louisville, UCLA. I mean, this isn't gonna be no cakewalk kind of bracket for us. And this is just I should have known something was gonna go down. It just felt too good going in when you get the number one seed. And like I say, Caitlin declared for the draft. This is only speculation, so I don't know nothing truly seriously, but it's like, damn, she leaving the college game. And everybody, I mean, if you look at South Carolina bracket, I really don't want to do a bracket breakdown of regions, but nobody's got it tough as we have it. Like it's crazy as hell. Like, but then like some people been telling me, okay, look, if it's that tough, then y'all should be able, y'all as great as y'all are, y'all the number one seed, y'all should be able to get through it, right? And I get that. We should be able to get through the competition, but damn, it's sure enough going to be steep. It's sure enough going to be stiff competition. I'm not. I mean, it's too early to try to even think about breaking down Iowa and LSU individually as a game. But I'm just thinking, if we were going to see them, shouldn't it be in a Final Four? Shouldn't they be playing in the same bracket as who got this number one seed over here? Let's see, dude, man, where in the hell is the number one seed at? Can't no, Kansas. I don't know. This is crazy as hell. I'm checking out this bracket, and I'm trying to figure out where is the number one seed team. Is it crazy as hell? Did it not print out? Okay, look up here. We see South Carolina, right? We see South Carolina. We see Texas. Identified Texas. Okay, we got Iowa. Where the hell is This is crazy as hell. I'm gonna have to do another. I'm gonna have to print this out again. We don't even have a USC. Where the hell is USC at? I don't know where USC is. It's crazy as hell. I'm gonna have to redo and print out because I don't see it. But anyway, keeping it rocking and rolling. Um, yeah, I don't got no love for LSU. Period. None at all. I guess from a ranking standpoint, from a number standpoint, from a must see television standpoint, it's going to be absolutely nuts if LSU meets Iowa. Iowa runs into them. I guess I could say for ratings, that could be electric, but I believe in revenge. I truly do. And I don't know. I mean, if we were to run in them again, I mean, there's plenty of time to talk about the what if scenarios if both teams can reach the Elite Eight. But something in me just don't sit right about LSU being in that damn bracket. I just don't understand that. And I gotta move past that. But it's like, what the hell was the committee thinking? Like, why would they do this? I mean, it gotta be a reason. And like I say, I look in other brackets and I don't think other teams number one seeds got it as tough. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But we will see. I'm steadily getting notifications talking about what somebody's opinion is on what I feel about LSU having to face Iowa. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all know if y'all don't know the story, check this out. Last March Madness, when right after we upset South Carolina, everybody, they mama, dog, pappy, and they cat told me that the Iowa would dispatch of LSU like a piece of cake, that it would be no problem, that y'all ran through South Carolina and y'all would run through LSU like a freight train. I told them, hold on, not so fast. LSU is definitely not to be seen as a pushover. And they came in and they took our heads off, not literally, but figuratively. And They just handled us. And so, no, people were still trying to tell me that Iowa got this, y'all got this. And I would rather live on the side of having a healthy feel than being a fan that says, you know what, we the number one seed. Can't nobody knock us off. Hell, it's unpredictable time. It's March Madness time. There is no guarantees. There are no guarantees at all. As we sit and look at this piece of paper bracket that apparently South Carolina is not mentioned on here, I'm gonna find me a better printout. I'm gonna find me something that shows all the teams because I don't see all the number one seeds here. But yeah, going right back to it, no love lost for LSU. It's gonna be no love lost if we face them. If UCLA gets through, that's really interesting because you guys know I'm also a Bruins fan. Bruins fan since the '90s, Hawkeyes fan since the '90s. Obviously, I'm going with Iowa. You know, that, you got to have a favorite. When you got two teams, you got to favor one more than the other one, and I'm a favor Iowa. And if anybody beats Iowa, I would be fine with UCLA because I don't LSU beating Iowa. You know that's a throw up. That's throw up city. That's a headache. That's me needing an oxygen mask. Ain't nothing good about that. Like I'm so passionate with sports, probably to a fault, especially as it pertains to women hoops and Iowa and Caitlin. And, I've been in some intense arguments with people about Iowa and Caitlin Clark and how great is she and does she push off and just all kinds and she flops. And I done been into all that. So, hey, it's part of the battle. It's part of being a sports fan, a diehard fan. But yeah, guys, if anybody was going to be Iowa, it was be UCLA, and that'd be cool with me. I mean, but it if anybody was going to beat them, I'm your Hawkeye insider. Man, I'm just on here doing what I do, talking about the team. I always got room for improvement, Nolan. Um, I definitely have room for growth as it pertains to like Molly Davis. I'm hearing mixed things. I'm trying to get a good read on that, a good beat on that. I'm hearing that she's not quite where she needs to be. Um, she probably won't play in the first round. Um, it's likely she won't, and that's unfortunate. But Sydney Folter has been doing absolutely great for us. She definitely has. She plays both sides of the ball. We all know how hard she hustles. She's willing to do whatever it takes. And that's why I call her Sydney Everywhere Folter, because she's everywhere. She's all over the court. She's at the 3-point line. She's out of bounds. She's on the baseline. She's in position for a rebound. She's scrapping for a loose ball. She's doing it all. I just try to, give it my best. Definitely got room for growth. But Nolan, what you think about LSU? Because LSU, that just ain't sit right with me last night. It just ain't sit right with me because it's like, we should be facing them in the Final Four, or we should be going up against them for the Natty again. And to see that we would potentially be meeting them for the Elite Eight, I mean, it's telling me that maybe the committee was, again, this is only speculation, only a rumor. It's telling me that maybe they was upset. Caitlin declared for the draft because, I mean, why the hell would you stick not just UCLA, but Colorado? And many people are saying we got the toughest bracket. This ain't just me saying this. Why would you put Louisville, LSU, UCLA, Colorado, hell, even West Virginia and Princeton, they gonna play hard as hell. Did y'all hear what the Princeton coach said, by the way? The Princeton coach talking greasy. How about y'all beat West Virginia first? The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, I blanked it out though. But yeah, what's wrong with dude? He talking about let's send Caitlin Clark home. Dude, how about y'all beat who was it? Yeah, the West Virginia coach is saying that. Or was it the Princeton coach? In either case, the man was talking greasy. I don't know who he coached. I think he coached West Virginia. I'm pretty sure he does. But yeah, he talking about let's send Caitlin Clark home. Like, dude, you better take care of Princeton first. You better focus on the opponent right in front of your ass. You better, because I mean, Princeton could sneak through, and then we got to worry about Princeton. And even the play-in game, I mean, ain't nothing a freebie. I mean, you got to go out here, and then you get the people talking about y'all just a one-woman team, and okay, I hear you, but at the same time, Hannah Stokey is legit. She real. Kate Martin is legit. She's real. She authentic. She played both sides of the ball. Sydney and Folter possibly might be an upgrade over Molly, depending on how you look at it. I mean, she's taller. She definitely plays defensive. She plays the defensive side of the ball like a wolf, like a bull. So, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, if everybody plays up to their capabilities, we should be getting to the Elite Eight where everything really, truly starts. But along the way, you cannot sleep on nobody. I mean, they could Drake playing Colorado, Kansas State. Yeah, Kansas State. That's it. Kansas State is another. I'm checking out my bracket that don't have USC on it. I need to do this again. And apparently, UCLA. USC. Apparently, USC don't matter because I'm looking at my bracket. No, it's not filled out. This is the women's, by the way. This is not the men's. Period. I'm sorry, but I don't see USC no damn where on this list. I need to legitimately go in and make this list over and probably check the whole list out and do my best and see what I come up with. Last year, I spent some money on Iowa, and I don't know if I was going to do it again, but I can say this: I can legitimately say it's going to be a great tournament. But in my opinion, going back to where I was, it's going to be really, really rough, though. It's going to be incredibly hard. You're talking about if LSU, I almost feel like whoever makes it out of our region between LSU, I don't trust UCLA. Yes, I'm a fan, but I don't trust them. Maybe the winner of LSU and Iowa probably wins it all. I know everybody's so high on South Carolina, but they're still young. They're still a young team. So knowing that South Carolina, they have some vets, but they're still young. But they're probably going to get through. South Carolina is probably going to get all the way through. And in my humble opinion, it's probably going to be LSU and South Carolina because somehow they'll find a way. They'll find a way to screw Iowa. I know they will. They'll find a way. The referees, somebody will. And then also, to be unbiased, Caitlin Clark is going to have to do so much. And she's going to get help. I know she's going to get help, especially in the earlier rounds. But it's going to be a endurance battle as well. And also, in our defense, LSU, they don't have a lot of players as well. So they're going to have a stamina battle. It's really going to be a great NCAA tournament. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I wanted to cover. The regular season grades video is still, of course, coming. For all of the Iowa players, we will grade them all. That should be fun. It's going to probably be in video format, but that should be fun to grade all of the players on the team. But that's pretty much it, I believe. Let's see here. Okay, LSU. Talked about how I don't like them and my hate is back on the hate party for LSU. That's a strong word. I know hate is a strong word, but the hate party is back. Louisville, that's Haley Van Lift's old team. If Louisville beats Middle Tennessee and LSU advances, that could be something spicy. We could be seeing Haley Van Lift and her LSU squad going up against her old team in Louisville. That should be a really good game. The whole bracket itself, everything about it, I don't truly want to break the whole thing down because I know I'm going to fill this out and I know I'm probably going to do a video on it. So or I'm probably going to go live on it. So there's no reason for me to go through the whole entire thing right now. But I think I pretty much nailed. Post play. If we want to advance far, we definitely going to have post play. Besides Hannah Stokey. Hannah Stokey's great, but other teams with bigs are going to try to wear her out, wear her down. They're going to try to muscle her around, and they can't always do that because Hannah Stokey is formidable in her own right. She definitely can hold her own on both sides of the ball, but Addison O'Grady, she's probably going to have to play more. Sharon Goodman is not playing at all. I mean, she's been inactive. She's basically reduced to another cheerleader at this point. We're going to have to see someone step up on that front line, come off the bench and help Hannah because height advantage matters. It seriously does. If we face, or if you face somebody like a pogo stick like Angel Reese. Angel Reese is on those backboards. She's cleaning them backboards like it's nobody's business. And you really, truly need multiple players in order to be able to compete. I mean, heart can get you a long way. Like taking K. Sydney Fulcher. She's got, I said it before, I'll say it again. Her heart and hustle is almost undeterred. But you wonder though, when you're going up against players with a lot of height, what's gonna happen? What's truly gonna take place? I mean, if we gotta face a Lauren Betts is like 6'6". Obviously, South Carolina on the other side, I don't even think about them because we got so many opponents that we got to get past. But, Angel Reese, we got Lauren Betts. I don't know. Some of these things I don't know, and I'm going to have to watch them. And, Akoya Lee on Kansas State. She's another big woman. So she, from a height standpoint. So, yeah, that height could be a disadvantage to us. And if we're not shooting well from the outside, who can we go down low to? I mean, these are real questions. This is a legitimate question. After Hannah Stokey, who you going to dump the rock into? Who are you going to dump the ball into after Hannah Stokey? Or do we just try to ride Hannah Stokey to the promised land, to the natty game? And is she ready for that? She's proven that she's definitely could step up and be capable, especially in these earlier rounds. But as the games go along, as the games keep coming, will she wear down? That's a great question. Something to think about. I think I went Portland forward with Tennessee, Utah, and Texas would have been the way to go. Yeah, most definitely. I definitely agree with that. For whatever reason, and again, this is only truly speculation. I'm just a guy talking women's sports, women's basketball on the internet, and I feel like the fact that Caitlin Clark declared, they just hammered us, because like nobody else got quite hammered. Like I said, I can't see USC on this bracket that I'm looking at, but nobody else has it so difficult like we do. And I'm not sitting here fussing and crying, because at the end of the day, if we lose, we lost. We lost to what you would think would be a better team. Although it is a one and done scenario. So sometimes in one and done scenarios, the weaker team could have a greater day and you out of there. You out of there. So we all know that. You got to play hard. You got to play smart. You got to play loose, but you can't play too tight. March Madness, it's a wolf, guys. It really is. It's a starving wolf. And everybody wants it. Now, obviously, you don't see the upsets that you will see on the men's side of things. I might not even do a men's bracket because I haven't really faithfully watched men's college basketball in what's the last time I truly faithfully watched men's college basketball? Probably when Joakim Noah and Al Horford and Corey Brewer, and when that bunch was out, I feel like it's been that long. Seriously, it can't be. Maybe Zion. I'll take that back. Zion Williamson. So that's the last time. Zion, RJ Barrett, and Cam Reddish. That's the last time I truly followed men's college basketball. So I don't even think I could do a bracket for the men's. But going back to the women's, you might not see as many upsets, but you're going to see some true fundamental basketball. You're going to see some teams really going after it. You're going to see some upsets, of course, not the same amount. And then you're going to see some big teams fall that you don't expect to. So being the number one seed, we're number one seed. I'm going to say this before I get up out of here. This is the last thing I'm going to touch. I will be in the number one seed, right? I mean, it feels great. But in 1992, we lost in the second round. So this seeding shit, it don't matter. The seeds don't matter. What truly matters is who you draw. Who you draw, how you match up against them, and your determination to come out on top. And obviously you just hope you don't run into no buzzsaw team or you don't run into somebody that hits a buzzer beater on you, something happens at the last moment. Because whether a team beats you and it's a fluke win or not, you out the door. So this is great. I think it's somewhat of an emotional time because this the last hurrah for Caitlin. So if she don't go out with a championship, there is no other chance. And I think she knows that. I think the team knows that. I think they're gonna give all that they have to give. I definitely think they're gonna take care of business in the first two games. If it's anything that really worries me, Nolan, is the fact that LSU had our number last year and it wasn't really close. I always tell people though, if you would have gave us 10 more minutes against LSU last year, we might would have definitely got back in it. But only if we had an extra 10 minutes because we was making a charge, we was kind of making a run, but they just kind of held us off. They played so well in the first half, they had a cushion. They definitely had a nice cushion, and to play them again. Obviously, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but really, really fast, I'm going to say this. So you still got Angel Reese and you still got Flo J. Johnson, but this is not quite the same team that they had last year. Obviously, they got Haley Van Lith, but this isn't last year's Haley Van Lith either. But she's still good. She for what it's worth, she's the one player on LSU with a redeeming quality for me. She's my favorite player in Louisville, and she's probably the only Tiger that I actually like. Nothing against Anissa Morrow, nothing against Angel Reese, but I look at Haley Van Lith, and I don't know like what's her future at the next level. I mean, is this it for her in terms of being a really key piece of a team? We're gonna see. I mean, her stock definitely dropped. LSU was very, very good, but one injury away from having some complications. Bench would have to shine. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. They don't have much of a bench. Remember, what's her name? Last year, Power. She had the concussion. That was a horrible, unfortunate incident when she went down. They shouldn't have moved her. They should not have touched her. I'm glad to see that she's back. You definitely don't want to see anybody get injured. You definitely don't want that. But also know, Nolan, that UCLA, I give them a lot of crap, but they definitely a team to contend with. They didn't play too well as of late. They could have won a conference tournament against USC, but their late game decisions give me worry. So as I look at UCLA, will they bring it all together? Do they have enough dogs on their team? I mean, being my secondary team, this is the kind of team UCLA is. They would somehow find a way to beat LSU, and then they would somehow find a way to beat Iowa. But then they would turn around and lose to like freaking like they would lose to like Duke, or they would lose to like UConn, or they would find a way to lose to USC. So I would not really truly. I'm not saying I don't want UCLA to go far, but now that they're in the same bracket as Iowa, I'm Iowa first. I'm a Hawkeyes at heart, and so yeah. I don't. Sorry, UCLA. Maybe next year. Maybe Iowa. Of course, Caitlin will be gone next year. Maybe we'll just be like next season. We might be like a 10th seed or something. But I still think Iowa next year gets in the tournament. But that's for another video to talk about. But maybe next year UCLA can win it. I'm wanting Caitlin to go out as a champ. But ultimately, these games, they got to be played on the floor. And I guess that's the best thing about it. The best and the worst thing about it is you got to step out on their court and you got to prove just how great you truly are. And not one player can't do it by themselves. I think that if anybody could do it by themselves, it's Juju Watkins. Juju Watkins is capable of having like a Carmelo Anthony type breakout tournament where she just puts her team on her back and just carries. Of course, we know that Caitlin can do that too. And that's what makes it so interesting too as well, Nolan, and anybody else in the chat. The thing that really makes it interesting is you have teams that can win. Like you got LSU, truly a team. South Carolina is truly a team. Texas, truly a team. Tennessee, Rakia Jackson, if she gets help, they're a team. But then you have players like I guess you could use Rakia Jackson as well. And like you have teams like Tennessee, Stanford with Cam Brink, Iowa with Caitlin Clark, USC with Juju Watkins, where you got one exceptional, amazing, phenomenal player, one truly talented individual, and they just uplift everybody on their team, and they find a way to keep advancing and keep advancing and keep advancing. Those are the kind of players that are truly, truly special, and we got many of those in this tournament. It's not going to be easy for no number one seed, but I think the road toughest is Iowa. And I don't think it should have been that way. Like you were saying, definitely Iowa and Portland forward, Tennessee, Utah, and Texas. Yeah, something that always likes. It's like they definitely wanted to run us through a gauntlet. The great God, the next 3 weeks are going to be incredible. Yeah, and I think for me, Nolan, seeing as though the fact what last year Purdue, that's the third squad I don't talk about that often. But people think because I don't talk about them that I don't like support the program. I do. If they was in the tournament, I'll be rooting for them as well. But last year they were in the first four. That was the best year for me, probably almost, literally, maybe ever, because Purdue was in the first four. UCLA made the Sweet 16 for me, and Iowa made the Natty game. Like that was a super super fun year. Maybe not the best, but that year was great. And this year, damn, they put UCLA in the same bracket as Iowa, so it kind of makes me feel like, damn, might have to clash, might have to go head to head. And Purdue ain't nowhere to be found. They ain't even making a women's NIT. Also, really quickly, shout out to great content creators like Seth Sports, Quita Love Sports, and the J Spot Network. Definitely check all three of them out if you haven't. But don't forget about your boy, Talking Hawkeyes. There's a lot of hate for Caitlin, and there's a lot of love for Caitlin. Over here, we share nothing but love for Caitlin. And we share nothing but love for the program of Iowa women's hoops. Somebody asked me why I haven't covered Iowa's men's team, and I simply said because I haven't watched them in like 6 years. I mean, that's just the truth. Anybody watch Athletes Unlimited? I mean, I haven't been able to. I've been focused on college women's basketball, but yeah, there's always, if I can catch any other women's basketball, I try to. I'm a big WNBA fan, Las Vegas Aces. Also, y'all got to stay on the lookout when Caitlin Clark enters the draft, right, which assumingly is going to be for the Indiana Fever. Who am I going to be showing my allegiances with? I've been a Las Vegas Aces fan since, hell, not Asia Wilson entered the league, but like shortly thereafter, I was an Aces fan. That's what it was. That's what it has been. And so when the Fever take Caitlin, never in my life have I betted against Caitlin. Am I going to become a Fever fan and just follow Caitlin on his channel and follow the Fever? And, so that's Caitlin and everybody else on the team? Or am I going to stay with the Aces? We're going to have a video on that. We're going to do a actual video on, am I going to ride for both teams or am I going to pick one? Because, Asia Wilson is my favorite player, period. And I've been an Aces fan forever. It's going to be fun. It's just going to be something fun to do. Obviously, being an Aces fan, you would think that I would not walk away from the Aces. But again, Caitlin's my favorite player. I can't see myself rooting against her. So, it's decision-making time because, I go all in as a fan. And she ain't going to be at Iowa no more. And so, we not going to be not talking about Caitlin. We always going to talk about her. So, it's going to be interesting. It really is. And that's going to happen during the draft. No, not during the draft because I'm going to be probably, locked in with the draft, but probably shortly thereafter, make my announcement. Who am I going to be a fan of? And most people would just say, you can't be leaving the Aces. You can't be serious. You're right in the middle of a 3-time title defense. A 2-time title defense. They looking at 3-peat. And all I got to say is anything's possible. You never know. I would obviously know that if I left the Aces from being a fan, I would obviously would think that the Fever aren't going to win a title next year. So why would I be leaving my Aces? Am I an Aces fan or am I not? I am. But again, me rooting against Caitlin not going to happen because if they play the Aces, I'm not sure I'm going to root for the Aces. I'm not. If it's a close game, who do you think? I mean, be serious. Who do you think I'm gonna be rooting for? So it's real loyalties on the line here. It's real loyalties on the line. So that's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be something to talk about. I don't try to take nothing too seriously. I don't. So I'm just a regular old YouTuber, just out here doing my thing. You know, fancy bells and whistles. We just talking women's basketball because we love it. And that's pretty much what it is. National championship, April 7th. What else we got here? What else we got? First round, March 22nd through the 23rd. Second round, 24th through the 25th. Sweet 16. Y'all better be there. 29th to the 30th. Elite 8, March 31st through April 1st. National semis, so that's the final 4. And then what else? First 4. What the hell is the first 4? They got first 4 up here. This sheet sucks. Excuse me. They got first 4, but they don't even tell you when the hell it is. Let's see. It got to be soon. It can't be too far off. I think 323. But let's see. Before I get up out of here, let me maybe a transition year and you're a fan over to Indy. Come be a part of this incredible wave. Yeah, I mean, the way I see it, here's the way I see it. I feel like the Aces, everybody's on it. You see how, I mean, everybody's going to be on the bandwagons of these teams no matter what. But now everybody and their mom is an Aces fan. And that's fine. That's cool. But I never rooted against Caitlin Clark, and I never really rooted against Iowa. So I'm not going to be doing it at the WNBA level, you would think. So that's the thing to watch for. Because obviously, here's the biggest thing. Covering the Aces and the Fever, I would have to watch so much basketball. I'll be hard-pressed to be able to do other things. Obviously, you know, there's things that you have to do. But I don't know. I mean, like the Bruins, even next season when the Bruins are in the Big Ten, I'm not going to be able to watch the Bruins and the Hawkeyes all the time. And I'm going to preference the Hawkeyes. And I'm going to watch the Bruins as much as possible. So as it pertains to the WNBA, last season, out of 40 games, I watched 38 of the Aces games. And the other 2 I caught at a later date. But the thing about it is, I just don't know if I have the time dedicated to be able to cheer for 2 teams, write up things for 2 teams. I don't know because I might be doing like some media publication work, so I don't know if I can write up things for 2 teams. I don't know if I can watch games all the time consistently for 2 teams. Obviously, I watch a lot of women's basketball, a lot of it. Just recently, I watched Iowa versus Missouri. What was it? I think it was a Sweet 16 game, 2019. I just wanted to like refresh my memory. But yeah, I watched a lot. I've been talking longer than I thought I would. But yeah, I just want to be able to cheer for one WNBA team because it's hard. Because if you look at my channel, if you actually look at my videos, I wish I could have talked more UCLA Bruins, but it's hard to watch their games. Their games come on later as well. And then it's not just that. It's like, damn, I'm dedicated to Iowa. I'm talking about our 10th and our 11th player on the bench. I'm talking about, I got a video coming with I got a video about Jada Jemfy. That she's like the 11th player off the bench. So yeah, I'm definitely like gotta talk about Iowa. So yeah, I definitely have to. That's a big thing for me. And UCLA, I get them in where I can fit in. I might put out a short on them. I might put out a really quick video on UCLA. But for me, I gotta talk about my Hawkeyes the most. And so it don't feel right in the WNBA to be talking about um, the aces all the time, but not talking about what the Fever and Caitlin Clark are doing. I can't be doing that. Nolan, you say your heart is with Caitlin. Yeah, I mean, she is my favorite player in college. But I mean, if you checked out some of my aces videos as the months went on, and it's not just the videos I've done, but I'm Asia Wilson's my favorite player. It's weird because Caitlin wears 22. In high school, Caitlin wore 11, and now she's gonna wear 22. I mean, now she's wearing 22. Is she gonna stay with 22, or is she gonna jump to 33, or is she gonna keep jumping 11 numbers? Now I'm just talking miscellaneous stuff. But yeah, I mean, my heart definitely resides with Caitlin. Been a fan since her freshman year. Um, at Iowa, she's done great things for us. But I'm a huge Asia Wilson fan. See me during the season, I'm going all in for Asia. So, it's definitely not a no-brainer. That's why I say tune in, because when I announce which team I'm sticking my loyalties with, y'all know I'm gonna have fun with it. I definitely am. And one of the things about that is just go hard for your team. It's not about jumping bandwagons. If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark coming into the draft, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't be even remote. No other player could make me think about, like, do I need to leave my squad? At least give it a thought. No, there's no other player, like, not in this draft, not in any draft. But being a fan of Iowa, watching Caitlin come up, watching how great she's become. I don't care what a hater might say. See the truth. And everybody's not a hater. Let me say this before I go. Everybody's not a hater if they don't like Caitlin Clark. Because some people they are more, what's the right way to put this? They are more mature. They're more sophisticated with their response. They're able to give me a really good breakdown on why they may or may not be a Caitlin Clark fan, which I can accept, versus somebody saying, I can't stand her because she's white. I can't stand her because she flops. I can't stand her because she getting so much so unfairly. I can't stand her because she's doing for the game when everybody else has done this and she don't have a championship. And so you can't talk about Caitlin Clark because she don't have a title. Like, there's so many greats worldwide playing basketball and all other sports that don't have a title and they're superior. So that's craziness. Like, people that can give me a legitimate explanation, like Sess, shout out Sess. She said last night on her live that Caitlin is great, but she doesn't do it for her personally, because Caitlin don't really play both ends of the court. And I disagree, but I can agree to disagree. I know that Caitlin has room to grow, especially on the defensive side of the ball, but she's definitely capable of playing defense, and she has at times. She's had block shots. She's just a hooper. Caitlin's just the ultimate hooper. Obviously, she's not as great as a defensive player, as she's gonna need to be. But that don't really bother me now, because somebody points out what they feel is the truth. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it though. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to say. Again, I feel like I've been talking longer than I probably wanted to. But it's always good to check in with you guys. I need to make sure I be having me like a bottle of water. But what I might do next though, is after this grade video for the Iowa team, probably gonna fill out some brackets. And we're gonna fill out some brackets together. So we still got a couple of days. I think the first round for the women don't start till Thursday, so there's still gonna be some time. But yeah, if you just came in, or if you're just coming across this live on my channel and you on playback, be sure to check out the video. Be sure to give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you're an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, go ahead and subscribe. We're gonna keep our content coming. Always women's Iowa's hoops. We're not really doing the men like that. We're not talking about the guys. But yeah, guys, this has been fun. This has been awesome. I know I got more to say, so I'm probably gonna put it in video format. Probably gonna go in on LSU. Probably gonna talk about them a lot. No, I ain't gonna talk about them a lot, because just my luck, I could talk about LSU and then we end up getting dumped out in the second round. I wouldn't know how to take that. But anyway, guys, it's been great. I'm going to check y'all later, though. All right? Hawkeyes at heart.